Glyn Jones yw'r dyn I ni am gwrdd ag nesa. On behalf of Welsh Government, Glyn is Director of Analysis and Chief Digital Officer too. Data ethics, I'm told. I'm saying that like I understand what it means. I will do, hopefully, after this next presentation, because I'm told it's of particular interest to him, as well as making sure that all of our communities benefit from digital developments. I've heard that last night when I came up from somebody else as well, so it's probably going to be a theme today. So we're turning to him now, drosodd at Glyn, I gael trosolwg to get an overview of digital strategy that Welsh Government has. Felly, diolch, Glyn.
Diolch yn fawr Rebecca, a da iawn Cici am improvisio yma, a dwi hefo, you have our sympathies for the technology. Bore da, a croeso mae i'r exam heddiw. Mae'n really gyffroes iawn I fod yma, I fod yn rhan o agor y cynhadledd Trefi Smart cyntaf yma yng Nghymru. Yn y swydd personol, fel dwedodd Rebecca, dwi'n Prif Swyddog Digidol yn y Llywodraeth. A dwi'n arwain ar strategaeth digidol ar gyfer Cymru. A fel byddwn yn dweud dros y 10 munud nesaf, mae datblygu ffyrdd arloesol o ddefnyddio data yn rhan hynod bwysig o'r strategaeth yna. Ond cyn I fi fod yn Prif Swyddog Digidol, o'n i'n Prif Ystadegydd ar gyfer Cymru ac yn ystadegydd am 20 blwyddyn. Felly mae data wedi bod yn rhan pwysig o'n ngyrfa a mywyd I erioed. Felly, fel dwi'n dweud, mae'n arbennig iawn fod yma heddiw I weld gymaint o bobl yn dod at ei gilydd I siarad am rhywbeth mor gyffroes a Trefi Smart Cymru. So as I said, it's great to be with you today in Wrexham to learn more about the exciting developments taking place. Wrexham has a rich history, being at the forefront of the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century with the establishment of the ironworks, railways and later several breweries, of which we sampled a couple of pints of Wrexham lager last night. And it seemed fitting that we should be here today to talk about the fourth Industrial Revolution and how digital data and technology are helping to transform Wrexham into a smart city. So as I mentioned, in my role as Chief Digital Officer for the Welsh Government, my role is to lead on the digital strategy for Wales and to champion digital and data approaches both in Welsh Government and across the public and private sectors. So I'm just going to give a little introduction into the digital strategy for Wales. So the Digital Strategy for Wales was published in March 2021, just before the last election, with the vision of improving the lives of everyone through collaboration, innovation and better public services. It has 6 missions, which are on the screen there: digital services, digital inclusion, skills, economy, infrastructure and data. And the strategy recognises the immense opportunities for digital and data to enable real transformation in our public services, help business succeed and create new prospects for people and communities in future generations. At the very heart of this is trying to provide people with public services that they deserve, that they should expect, compared to what they see in the commercial sector. We know we have a long way to go, but we're making real strides, and through the digital strategy over the past 3 years, we've developed a real sort of momentum behind an understanding of digital change and how digital can enable transformation. We also know we can't do all this on our own, and we're continuously striving to work with the public, private and the third sectors across Wales, and partnership working, as with most things in Wales, is key to the Digital Strategy for Wales' success and the foundation of everything we do. And to demonstrate that partnership working in action, I work closely with Chief Digital Officers for Health and Care, Chief Digital Officers for Local Government, and with the Centre for Digital Public Services, who are our arm's length body, to drive forward digital transformation across Wales. So just on Monday, all of us were together talking about the opportunities for transforming social care and where we could work together and what we could do just to make small changes to improve that social care service, which we know is such a big struggle at the moment. On this agenda, for example, I know that the Chief Digital Officer in Local Government, Lindsay Phillips, has been working with BT, local government digital leads and my own data team and our digital infrastructure team to consider how we can best work together to use the kind of smart data we're going to be hearing about today. I'm responsible on behalf of the Welsh Government's Digital Minister, Vaughan Gethin, for driving and overseeing the strategy. Of course, we'll find out on Saturday who will be the next leader of the Labour Party in Wales, and in due course who will be in the Cabinet, and we'll wait with interest to find out who has responsibility for leading on the digital strategy. But this isn't going away. We know that whoever's going to be in charge, digital will be an important part of our future service transformation, as will this agenda. And supporting business skills and growing the economy is another really important part of digital strategy. So we aim to inspire businesses to adopt and embrace digital and data-driven innovations, including AI, to drive economic prosperity, productivity, resilience and sustainability. And data is so important to all of this. We know that data can transform the world, and we need to capitalise on that. But we do remain mindful of the risks and impact it could have on people and their human rights and the need to use data ethically. And I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. But ultimately, the digital strategy for Wales is about changing culture and behaviour. At the heart of it is focus on improving public services in Wales, and I passionately believe that we can probably only achieve the ambitions of the Future Generations Act if we work together and use digital change. And by digital, we don't mean everybody using digital. We know that we need to make sure that people who don't want to or cannot use digital have other ways of accessing it, and that digital inclusion aspect is an important part of the strategy as well. So on to the purpose of today. The Trefi Smart Cymru initiative is so exciting because it brings together so many of these aspects of the digital strategy. And Peter's probably fed up of hearing me say this, but I often refer it to as the hidden gem of our digital strategy because it's just so exciting to see people working together, finding practical solutions, some of which Kiki's just shown there and we'll hear about all day, with a real can-do attitude. We know the money's tight. Everywhere, money is so tight. So we're trying things, we're experimenting, we're starting small, and we're learning from each other, which is exactly what we want to do through the digital strategy. And you know, I would say when I first took on this job, Peter and I didn't meet for some time, you know, and when I heard about what was going on through the Smart Towns Cymru and Peter's work with Laura, I was just so impressed that, you know, some real examples where we're making real change. And it also demonstrates how digital can support our policy initiatives directly. The Welsh Government is investing £125 million over 3 years through the Transforming Towns programme, and Smart Towns is just one a number of those interventions which can have a positive impact on the vitality and vibrancy of a town or a city. And we're already reaping the benefits of this. Again, Kiki's shown some of these already, but we know that we're supporting local authorities, including Conwy, Gwynedd, Blaenau Gwent, Torfaen and Rhondda Cynon Taf, to use digital infrastructure to generate high-quality data. And we know that this can have many uses. I'm sure many of them we'll hear about today. But local traders tailoring opening hours and promotions, enabling councils to monitor and manage parking and traffic, informing actions that councils and police can take to tackle antisocial behaviour, net zero, you know, understanding the challenges we all face and how we might find the best solutions to our net zero challenges. I also mentioned earlier my previous job as chief statistician. This was one of the requirements that I probably failed to meet as chief statistician was the fairly continuous ask around more local data on communities and high streets. You know, people would very often, and I know Data Cymru here today, and they also face those requests regularly. And providing solutions to that business problem at a national level was always going to be really difficult because we're constrained by the data sets we have available. But what we're seeing here is how big data and new data can really help at a local level meet the requirements that people have on the high street. Mind you, I'm also reminded of one of the events which I think got me into statistics in the first place when I think about traffic monitoring and traffic counts. I think the first ever statistical survey I did was when I was about 7 or 8, and I lived in Llanfairpwllgwyngyll, and traffic to Holyhead still trundled down the A5 through the village, and the school took us all out as a class to the front of the school to count the traffic with a pen and paper and a tally chart, which was fun and heaven for me as a bit of a numbers geek. Until 2 cars abruptly had a prang right in front of us, and the drivers go out and started, let's say, having a bit of a heated discussion, and the teachers soon got us in. And I mention that because it's also a question of skills. Maybe in the future our primary school children won't be going out with pen and paper to count things, but maybe we will have 7 or 8-year-old data scientists who know how to develop insights from LoRaWAN sensors instead. It's probably far safer. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking for too long. But here in Wrexham, the investment made by the council, joint working with BT and local businesses, has strengthened its digital infrastructure by increasing the network of Wi-Fi access points and LoRaWAN sensors. The council is using this data to apply a smart towns approach to placemaking and green infrastructure, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about that today. And I understand that later in the day there's an opportunity to see some of this technology in situ across the city, so do encourage you to join that. Good digital infrastructure underpins any smart town, and our investment into ultra-fast and gigabit-capable broadband, alongside significant investment by the telecoms industry in Wales, has meant that 8 in every 10 premises in Aberaeron, Conwy, Llangennech have access to ultra-fast broadband, and Buckley, just down the road from here, has the highest in Wales, with 9 premises out of 10 enabled. In Wrexham, full fibre ultra-fast has now reached 76% of the constituency area, which I think you'll all agree is really impressive. But whilst connectivity is a key enabler for any smart town, and Kiki talked about this as well, it's not just about technology, it's about the people and it's about the culture. And again, that's what our digital strategy is also about. And it's about leadership. And David has already had many compliments already, but certainly in Wrexham, the change is down to leadership and tenacity from David through to the support he's received from elected members and colleagues around the area. And there's change happening elsewhere in Wales and driving it in your local areas across Wales too. So just thinking about the opportunities here for using smart data is just so exciting to think about how this can be a building block for future use of AI, digital twins, whatever they may be. But let's think about the purpose we're building these things for, and think about how we can properly use them to really face the challenges ahead. Now, I want to finish off. It's always, after all those opportunities, it's really bad to finish off by the caution, but I do want to go back to the themes of fairness, equality and ethics. We can all see the benefits of these innovations and it's fantastic, but we really need to make sure we're bringing public and communities with us. And I would just urge the need for transparency and impact assessments in everything we do. We know, those of us who work on this and understand it, we know how we can keep the data secure, we know how we can anonymise the data, and we know we're not making individual decisions about people using these data. However, we need to make sure everybody else understands that and make sure we're putting in right place the data privacy impact assessments, the ethics assessments, and be transparent and bring our communities with us. Because as is often said, it takes a long time to build trust, and it can be very quickly lost and take a long time then to rebuild it. And it would be a shame that if we didn't do things right, that we undermined what we're trying to achieve here and the benefits that we might succeed. So that's my plea for transparency and ethics and doing things the right way. Finally, and I will finish now, I just want to thank David Griffith and Mentor Morn, Kiki and the team who work with us on this important area, to Kiki, Rhian Hughes and Sarah Bright for the organisation of this event today, which I think you'll agree is really fantastic, and the buzz out in the room was brilliant, and do go and chat to the people who are out there in the tea breaks. And I'm looking forward to hearing more during the day about how smart technology can improve the outcomes for the people of Wales. And somebody mentioned well-being earlier. That's why we're here at the end of the day. Digital strategy is 6 missions, but the heart of this is making people's lives better, and I think that's why we're all here. So, diolch yn fawr, wnes cyfarfod chi gyd, a mwynhewch eich diwrnod.